So today we worked on percents as ratio. The word percent literally means per 100. Cent means 100. So oftentimes we'll say a certain number out of 100. So we have percents as ratio. So what is the ratio? It's a part-whole relationship. Remember, we show ratios in 3 different ways and we're focusing on the fraction. So we have a part above the whole, part per whole. So there's a number per 100 or a number out of 100. So for example, if I have taken a test and there were 10 possible questions, let's say 10 questions, and I got 9 correct. It's a ratio, number correct to the number of questions, okay? So we worked with equivalent fractions. So if percents mean per 100 or out of 100, if I were to make an equivalent fraction, what would I have to do to 10 to get 100? Well, I would have to multiply by 10, 10 times 10 to get 100. And as usual, whatever I do to my denominator, I do to my numerator. So I would multiply by 10, and I end up with 90. So that would be 90 out of 100, or a 90%. Now here's a trick with percents. Percents are out of 100, so we could say 90%. This equals this. But just for kicks and giggles, notice that there's a 1 and a 0 and a 0. So I just reconfigure those and I make my 1, 0, 0. So I end up with the 90%. That just helps me remember that that's what I need to do there. Now, here's something that is really kind of important. Percents are fractions. Guess what? Fractions are percents. They go back and forth. Fractions are decimals. And guess what? Decimals are fractions. Now, decimals are percents. And guess what? Percents are decimals. And that is exactly what we're doing in this whole entire lesson today, is talking about converting these numbers, whether it's percents to fractions, fractions to percents, fractions to decimals, decimals to fractions, which we've already done actually, fractions to percent, and so on and so forth. That is our focus here. So the first one we're going to pay attention to is the most difficult one. It is converting fractions to a percent. Now, actually, there's 2 ways. And the first way is super easy. If you recognize that your denominator is able to be a multiple of 100, you will have it very easy. So we do just like we did here. So what I do is, if I see that I have 3/4 and this is supposed to be converted into a percentage, what I do is I look to see if this is a multiple of 100, which it is, because I could multiply 4 times 25 to get 100. Whatever I do to my denominator, I do to my numerator, and I end up with 75, which ends up equaling 75%. 75 hundredths, 75 per 100, 75%. Let's look here. What if I have 35 out of 50? Maybe I had an exam and I got 35 correct out of 50, which is very typical. I would take my 100, because I know 50 is a multiple of 100. All I have to do is multiply by 2. Whatever I do to my denominator, I do to my numerator, and I get 70 per 100, or 70 per 100%. Not a bad grade, but retake definitely. Let's go here. Now here, maybe I got a quiz and I got 22 out of 25. It looks like it's pretty good, but let's see. I'm going to turn it into 100, and I know that 4/4 equals $1. So I'd have to multiply by 4, and of course I do that to my numerator. 22 times 4 is 88, and I end up with 88%. Hey, not bad. So this is when you are able to see that you're can create an equivalent fraction with the denominator of 100. Sometimes it's not so easy. For example, we had a test the other day that was 32. Some people got 4 out of 32. Well, 32 is not a multiple of 100. I can't multiply 32 by a number to get 100. So there is a different way to do it, and it's called divide. Now, we've already done this several times. We divide the numerator by the denominator, and of course, we have it set up as a fraction. So I started off my list of things that need to be done. It's a brief abbreviation because we've actually done this in the past. So first we put a decimal in the dividend, then we annex zeros. Now this is possible, but not always. So if it's non-terminating, you have to round to your hundredths. Round your decimal to the hundredths place value. Okay, non-terminating means not ending, does not end. Okay, that sometimes they end, but if they don't, you have to round to the hundredths place. Now, the fourth and final step is to create your percentage. So if it's a decimal, which it will be, you have to move it 2 place values to the right. Let's go ahead and show how it's done. So again, I said exhibit A, or example A, 32 goes into 4. Annex, place my decimal in the dividend, annex a 0. Now, 32 can go into 40 one time. I make believe the decimal's not there. I end up with 32. I subtract. I end up with 8. Ooh, I'm not done yet, so I have to keep going down, and I end up with 80. 32 goes into 80 2 times. 3 would be greater than 80, so it must be 2 times. That's 64, and I subtract. 10 minus 4, 7 minus 6. Ooh, let me bring down one more since I would have to round to the hundredths anyway. Well, let's see. Hey, well, I know 30 estimate times 5 is 150, so 32 times 5 ends up being 160. Bingo! It is a terminating decimal because I end up with no remaining numbers. Now, what do I do with my decimal point? I bring it up and I put it here. But I'm not done. I've now got a decimal, but I need to get it to a percentage. So I'm going to rewrite my decimal, and it says decimal 2 place values to the right. So I go 1, 2, and my percentage is 12 5/10%. So that is how we would do it this way if we had something like this. But let's take a look at a non-terminating decimal, something that doesn't stop. So exhibit B or example B. So here we go. 3 goes into 2. Decimal, annex. 3 goes into 20 6 times. Subtract. Annex, bring down. 3 goes into 20 6. Multiply. Subtract. Bring down. Guess what? This will keep going and going. So this is where I can stop. I have to round to the hundredths place. So make sure I bring up my decimal. I'm going to rewrite my problem. I'm going to separate these. I'm going to write 6 Now, I said I have to round to the hundredths. Here's my ones, tenths, hundredths. I underline just like I would in a whole number. I look to the right. I say if this number is 5 or more, I up this number's score. So it has to move up 1 in value. So it ends up being 67, which ends up being 67%. Now, this is the hardest to do, converting fractions to a percent, if it's not easy like this here. So, but that's fine. We started with the hard stuff. Now we have to also make sure that we convert a percent to a decimal. This one's not that difficult. So what we have to do is move the decimal 2 place values to the left. So for example, if I have 100%, where's my decimal? Oh, I put it right there, and then I'll move it. 1, 2. Is that left? Yes, it is. So what do I end up with? 1. Hey, that's a decimal. Now remember, this is also equivalent to 1 or 1 and 0/10. Those are the same. Okay, so what if I have 4% and I need to make it into a decimal? I put my decimal point right here after to the right of the 4 and I move it 1, 2. Oh, I need a 0 as a placeholder. Do not leave it blank. It will not make it the right answer. So what do I end up with? Well, I'm going to put 0 in the ones place, and I end up with 4 hundredths. 4 per 100. How does this write as a fraction? Oh, so percent, decimal, fraction. It all works out. Now, let's look here. I have a decimal in my percent already. Again, 2 place values to the left. So I take it and I go 1, 2. I didn't have to put 1 in. It was already there. So it ends up being 125 thousandths, which actually equals 125 thousandths. Now, why am I moving my decimal? Because when I'm converting a percent to a decimal, it's as though I am dividing by 100. We did that a long time ago. Now, conversely, convert a percent to a decimal, we also need to know how to convert a decimal to a percent. Again, we're going to move our decimal 2 place values, but the opposite of left is to the right. Now, if this was dividing by 100, this would be multiplying by 100. So let's take a look at our example. What if I have 1 and I would like to convert it to a percent? I need to put my decimal in and move the 2 place values to the right, like I was multiplying by 100. 1, 2. Annex my zeros, and I would end up with 100%. Great. How about here? 1, 2. There it is. I drop the 0, of course, that's in front, and I write 17%. Now this one's a little tricky because we're going 2 place values. So what do I do here? Well, I write my 0 in the ones place, and then I write 3/10%. It actually means 3 thousandths. So this is pretty simple if you follow those directions. And that is how we convert to percents.